That's absolutely allowed. Good morning and a very warm welcome. This is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. It's the best breakfast show in all of the land. And as always, we're so glad that you decided to start your morning with us. I promise you will not regret it. We're still following all of the twists and turns of all of the pertinent issues. If it matters to you, it certainly matters to us. It's looking like another very cloudy day here in Adisawe in Kanda. Could be different where you are. As always, connect with us. We do this in tandem with you. Or you can find us on the socials at 3FM 92.7. All of your thoughts, comments, your questions, even your suggestions, they're most welcome. Over shortly, we'll connect with the Ghana Met and Felicity Ahafianyo in particular. She'll let us know what to expect by way of weather this morning. Let's connect with her. Good morning, Felicity. Hope you are well.
Yes, good morning. I am better today than yesterday. What about you guys in the studio?
Fantastic. Well, we're doing really well. We want to know whether we need to wear some extra cardigans or pullovers this morning. It's getting quite cold, isn't it?
Yes, but then the sun has started its southwards decline, so temperatures will start picking up.
Okay, so it won't be this temperature for too much longer.
No. For today, we are expecting it to be mostly cloudy with the sun smiling through us. We expect temperatures around 29, a difference of 1 degree from yesterday's zone. So it's going to be a bit warmer than yesterday. For the middle sector, theirs will be around 30, 31. For the north, theirs will be around 32 degrees Celsius, with some rain and thunder clouds expected over the upper east, then the northeastern, the eastern portions of the northern region. Then by late afternoon into the evening, the system will spread to Oti and then part of the upper west and then the western portions of the northern region and Savannah.
All right, Felicity, what about temperatures?
Yeah, temperatures, I've mentioned them already, but I think you lost track of it. The coast 29, the middle 30, 31, then the north 32 degrees Celsius. The state of the sea is expected to be rough. We are not expecting massive cloud over the sea, but the moderate winds are expected, so fisher folks should be cautious. And then the Volta Lake too. The system that we are anticipating over the OT region, so those around the Kwame Danso area, should watch out, especially during the afternoon to the early hours of the evening, so that they can protect themselves. From our weekly forecast, the midweek this evening into tomorrow is also earmarked for some scattered cases of rain and thunder over the north. But as usual, we'll be monitoring and we'll keep updating with our afternoon and evening forecast.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for that overview of what to expect. And as always, we'll watch out for the subsequent reviews.
Thank you.
Again, that was Felicity Ahafianyo. She's a chief forecaster with the Ghana Met, always on hand to help us with the weather.
For those of you that think that gospel music has gone too far, you think we've gotten too right.
Well, time check, it is some 24 minutes past the hour of 6. We're about to get into the news review. We have a number of papers in front of us. As always, we'll take a look at the biggest stories of the morning. And if you've only just joined us, well, you've joined the best breakfast show. This is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. And as always, this morning we'll be giving out some cold, hard cash. Star 439 hash, star 439 hash. If you have an MTN line, pick it up right now. It'll cost you 5 cities to play, and you too could join the many, many winners who put some Nukufio in their back pocket. We're saying thank you for your loyalty and thank you for tuning in to 3FM 92.7. Let's get stuck straight in. Crosby, good morning to you.
Good morning, Helen. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I love this Kirk Franklin song. I think it's a Ghanaian staple. Why do Ghanaians like this song so much?
Kirk Franklin, the man, he's a musician, but he never sings. He only recites.
Oh!
He speaks in the song.
Anyway, he's ministering to us. I think we like this song because it reminds us of Metia Brown Samso and one is Tomp. Lower, lower. In any case, well, this morning, no surprise, Alan Tremanting is dominating the front pages.
What's it there, Alan Wegwan?
They say Alan chickens out. That's what the Daily Analyst says. Why are they saying he's chickened out? He had legitimate reasons as per his statement. Of course, you agree with the Daily Analyst. They said he's chickening out.
It depends on where you're looking at it from. It is either he withdrew, chickened out, ran away, or has been beaten.
Hey, you are adding more cut and paste to the to the story.
Say, some analysts I spoke with earlier, they say Alan was unsure what the outcome of the election would be. Either he would be whipped mercilessly.
Okay.
So if he felt he would have been whipped mercilessly, then maybe the lesser damage is what he has done now. Imagine if he continued going through the race and then maybe just gets about 10% of the votes.
You think that's worse than bowing out now? We'll be dissecting this and more this morning. Well, Daily Analyst says NPP presidential race, Alan chickens out, cites intimidation of varying intensity and violence, set to declare future role in politics soon. And that's also got tongues wagging. You people have already decided the name of his new party, who he should have as take your time. The man has not yet told us what his future plans are. I can tell you what the name
of the party will be.
What is
SPP.
the name? SPP.
Yeah.
Senior
Showdown Political Party.
Crosby, where steady you are. Let's carry on with the newspapers. Again, on the front page of the Daily Analyst, leaked IGP tape. Probe should have been held in camera from the onset. That's coming from former Deputy Defense Minister, Major Retired Derek Odro. But a lot of us were very curious and are still quite curious to find out the outcome of this fact-finding committee. So I, for one, I'm very grateful that it's not purely in camera. And we get to find out some of these shocking revelations. And on that front, the twists and turns are plentiful. We'll get into that as we progress. Brand Ghana needs forward-looking structures. Upon Nkrumah, he's also pictured there. Vice President commissions automated premix fuel dispensing and monitoring system. Well, you got the Vice President here on the front page. I would love to know what the updates on the gold for oil policy is. It was supposed to come and relieve us of these high fuel prices, but we see the prices still inching upwards. IGP leak tape. Akufo-Addo must be commended for rejecting COP Mensa as IGP Kwesi Pratt asserts. And I've heard some people also saying that the president deserves commendation because if you followed the saga of the leaked tape, in certain portions it was said that the president had been approached many times but was reluctant to remove the IGP. Also in this same leaked audio, we heard Bugri Nabu saying that he had already taken the first tranche of the monies to the president, to lubricate the deal, if you will. I'm choosing my words carefully. Was that just a ploy to...
Basin Tali of the NDC says it is looking as if the president likes brown envelopes.
Yes, I didn't want to go on that tangent. That was his assertion. He said he has some romantic affiliation with brown envelopes. And this is something that should be probed.
Lettuce, you never know.
The BNFT this morning, Crosby. Bankers place ethics at heart of sector reforms, confidence building. A lot on climate change also. Climate prosperity requires policy consistency and stability in Africa. There's a feature here, Bank of Ghana and lending to government, some checks and balances. We know that this is the basis for that demonstration that the NDC has now slated for sometime next week, I believe, Crosby. They're still in talks with the police. I think today even they should be meeting with the police for further talks.
Yes, we saw a letter which suggested a meeting with the police hierarchy.
Yeah, right.
The Accra Regional Command on 5th September. So that
what is today? Today is the 5th of September.
The
6th of
so
September.
That should have been yesterday. But when we followed up, we didn't get whether or not the meeting happened. It looked as if it didn't happen. So today looks like the day that the meeting would happen. There's also the concern of why the minority went ahead to suggest another date when the court had not ruled yet. So that's some small clarity we'll be seeking to find.
All right. So, Crosby, point of correction. I think the letter says that the meeting will be held on Friday.
Okay.
On Friday. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. I feel as though the steam has sort of left the train, if you will. The steam with which this train was moving sort of
the momentum
diminished. The momentum
down.
has died. Thank you for the
And then Alan Chamanting has taken over. The OSP took over first. And then Alan
You've reminded me, we are living in a polycrisis. Energy sector levies rake in some 18.35 billion cedis in 7 years. There's a piece on Cyber Security License Accreditation Regime for Cybersecurity Professionals Act. CIB strengthens ties with BNFT ahead of 60th anniversary. And finally, I've got the daily graphic here. Alan Chamanting withdraws from NPP presidential race. OSP freezes Cecilia Dapa's accounts again. Premix fuel system automated. Move to check hoarding and ensure transparency. On the back page of the daily graphic, SHC inaugurates Adenta Legacy Estates and disinfestation of black flies starts at Land Quantana Municipality today.
I'll take you to the Daily Guide newspaper. On the front page, the big story is Alan withdraws from NPP race. Comes with a picture of former flag bearer hopeful of the NPP, Alan Chamanting. There's also
okay, he's looking bright and
there's a
energetic.
picture we'll get there. There's also Veep opens automated premix fuel system. Galamsey ban reducing carbon emission. Nana Akufo-Addo is pictured as saying there's SP refreezes Cecilia Dapa's accounts and Ghana needs reformed spirit. NYA CEO is saying. If you go to the center spread of the paper, there's also Ghana on track for IMF second tranche from Oforiatta. These are the stories on the front and center pages of the Daily Guide newspaper. The ABC newspaper comes with a picture of Alan Chamanting. I think the picture was taken when he was praying, but it fits directly to the context it is putting. It says, "So help me God, Alan throws in the towel." The inside story. There's also a picture of the Attorney General Godfred Dami saying we need to punish economic crimes through fair and honest justice system. VAG is saying editorial resignation of Alan Kojo Chamanting, what chiefly accounted for it. The story is on page 5 of the paper. There's my government's Galamsey ban is yielding positive results for Ghana, Akufo-Addo is saying. But Helen, is it? The Galamsey ban results? Well, I think it is positive, not as much as we expected it to be, though, but there's some improvements some way, somehow. I'll take you to the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Also comes with a picture of Alan Chamanting, the main man in Ghana. MPP presidential primaries race, Alan bows out, cites favoritism, intimidation, and violence. Ghana loses 49.5 million cedis to cyber fraud in 6 months. Piracy, robbery reduced in Gulf of Guinea. Comes the picture of Mr. Amprachum Sampon and PAC pushes for Secretary Yoso College of Education principal's prosecution. You go to the back page, VIP inaugurates National Premix Automation Project at Telemina. Workers urge to take advantage of affordable housing project. These are the stories on the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
And on the front page of the Finder this morning, Alan quits flag bearer race, alleges intimidation and skewed process. OSP returns Dapa's money and seized again. Premise fuel dispensing, monitoring automated. Forestry Commission outlines Galamsey fight in a Paprama Forest Reserve, and Brand Ghana needs forward-looking structures. That's according to Upon Nkrumah, the Information Minister. Shareholders commend Access Bank's first half performance. That's on the front page of The Finder.
All right, well, let's get stuck straight in. This one is captured in the Daily Analyst on page 3. Akufo-Addo must be commended for rejecting COP Mensah as IGP. Managing editor for Insights newspaper, Kwesi Pratt Jr., says President Akufo-Addo should be commended for rejecting COP George Alex Mensah for the IGP position. Appearing before an ad hoc committee of Parliament probing the content of a leaked tape believed to be an alleged plot to remove the current IGP, George Ekufu Dampare, from office on Thursday, August 31st, the Director General of Operations for the Ghana Police Service, COP, George Alex Mensah, disclosed that he had always wanted to be made the Inspector General of Police. According to him, this lobbying has been going on since the governing New Patriotic Party assumed office in 2017. The lawyer, cum chartered accountant, said even though he has not been successful at that yet, he has not given up on that desire. And we're told the president must be given some commendation for not allowing COP Alex Mensah to become the IGP. I also mentioned that in some quarters we're told the president should be given praise because it was alleged in the tapes that, well, he had been approached a few times to unseat IGP, but that hadn't happened. So he's been brought into the conversation in different angles. This is a positive angle. There are some negative angles in which I've seen politicians try to draw in the president, especially with this alleged envelope that Bugri Nabu indicated was presented to the president, as a way to get the wheels going, if you will, as a lubricant to get the wheels going. William, good morning to you again.
Good morning. I think COP Mensah's inveterate ambition to become IGP. Sometimes, obviously, gets him to act in a certain way. If you target something and it doesn't happen, you take it in your stride and move on. Because to rise to the position of Commissioner of Police, that's not the highest you can get, but it's as high as, it's recommendable that you've gotten to a point where everybody will recommend you for something else, even outside the police office or the police service. So if you've gotten there and you didn't get it, you have just about a week or two to go home. Just quietly go. There are a lot of things to do in the security space, so you don't let... Then the way he is, I think he can be a fine politician too. We've seen police officers come out and get into politics.
You think he has the demeanor for it?
Well, as for politics,
sources say he wants to become MP.
Exactly. So if you want to become IGP, you didn't get it. You don't also poison, the atmosphere around the Ghana Police Service. But that also doesn't mean that we should sweep all that he's saying under the carpet. That's not what I'm suggesting.
Right.
Because every organization, every institution has room for reformation. So if that's what is coming up and is going to be done, it's also good for the service itself. Maybe the way he's going about it and the way he's posturing and everything, that's his character. He's an animated gentleman who doesn't talk much, but when he's talking, he goes the way he's going on now before the committee. And so commending the president, well, we are commending him because of what has happened. We should have commended him at the time that he didn't get him. They said, we know him like this. And so if he didn't pick him, then congratulations. But now, after the fact, I don't see how the president should take any credit for that. You know what I mean? If at the time that the competition was on, we knew that the gentleman was this way.
Right.
And so the president he rejected him. Then I will congratulate the president on that.
That he made a good choice or a better choice.
But of course, because Dampare too has his issues, do we also blame the president for the issues that Dampare has? Anyway, so those are very debatable issues that...
we should not be happy commending the president for doing his job. If that's what he's supposed to do.
You say you don't applaud a fish for swimming.
The president should not be
some kudos here and there. Even Crosby, when you get off stage and you do a beautiful presentation, your colleagues will tell you, well done, that was sweet.
That's in a different context. We're talking about, you remember when Mahama received the Ford bus, the Ford vehicle, the issues that came with it.
Right.
So, The president appointed an IGP. There were calls for him to disappoint the IGP, if you like. The president saw that this is the man for the job. He's taking the decision that should we applaud the president for the energy minister for giving us light? These are things that they are KPIs. You understand?
And
so
if
they deliver on
KPIs.
that, it's regular.
Well, that fact-finding committee is still ongoing. Some of the sessions will be held in camera. We're not privy to exactly everything that's going to be going on. But so far, we've heard a lot. Many shocking revelations as
the
consensus.
sweet one will be the income.
It's good for the service because sometimes things have to go this way for an institution like the police service to get it right.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a blessing in disguise.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's just the seeming anger coming from some of the police,
Exactly the
COP
point I'm
Mensa.
making, you know.
I mean, everybody has been under leadership that they don't quite enjoy or like, but there is some decorum in handling that and in even speaking about the leadership that you're under. But they say a majority of the police feel this way, so that's something worth examining. It's something the fact-finding committee has also been tasked with, recommending any types of reforms for the police as well.
You know, Helen, a lot of agencies, with information we're picking, a lot of agencies, other services, they are wishing something like this would happen in their service so it brings out the things they have in their cupboards.
So COP Mensa, although he's appearing.
So, that's true. A lot of
doing the Lord's work
state agencies.
He never expected to be doing it in this manner.
So that's how nature also works.
People are really expecting some forms of expose at where they work in the services, the forces.
Because we are picking this intel.
Oh, yes.
Your intel suggests that everybody's picking intel.
My intel suggests.
Talking about institutions, organizations, I would look at the MPP as an institution this morning and the way things are going. If Alan stands by what he has said that he's quitting the race.
Right.
And already, another Chemating Ejakun has also quit the race.
Correct.
Now it brings to 4. According to Article 1310, if I've got it right, of their constitution, they must go to the November 4 primaries with 5. That means that if you look at the pegging, it means the 6th person would have to be pushed up. That's Colonel Japon. And as a city, I'm very well informed. I mean, well informed that he's not interested.
At all.
I am well informed. I'm saying it live on air that he's not interested, which means that we'll go down to the next step. And those there is also a tie. If those who got 3-3,
do we have some more ties in there?
Safapuku and
we'll examine the numbers. But William, quick one. He said he's not interested in running for flag bearership any longer.
Okay. He's off. So if you look at their constitution, they're supposed to go to the November 4 primary.
That's where the issue. Are they supposed to go to the November 4 by all means with 5 persons?
That's what it says. That there will be 5 persons on the day.
So I'm speaking to the constitution, and if my information is right, those who came after Mr. Japon also had 3-3. Is it?
Yes.
Gati and Poku. That is also another tie.
No, but
I mean, we'll have to examine we'll have to read it again because it's different if they say that if you don't have 5, we'll have to find a way to get 5 to November 4.
I don't think that's what they said.
That's what Michael Kwe said. They will run and run till they get the 5 to get there.
That is if the people who are qualified are more than 5.
Which means what?
Which means that
after the Super Delegates Congress, if the people they get
are more than 5,
then
if
they are less than 5, then hooray for them.
The institution, the constitution of the MPP is quite, clear on the fact that they have to go. They need the number 5. But the point you are bringing in is another angle that we have to examine. That after the super delegates conference, if they don't get 5, then they'll struggle and get the 5. But of course, after the delegates, they still don't have 5. No, technically,
the spirit behind that, writing was to reduce the number in essence. So if they have to 5 or less, that's the spirit.
Oh, so less is part of the thing.
Less is not written inside, but that's
I think that's open to interpretation.
I like that. You said less, but less is not. That's exactly the point.
No, but the constitution, so you cannot take only the.
But the same constitution allows for the council to have its leeway.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
That's how come when Boakye Jackson stepped down, they didn't decide to bring somebody else to add.
No.
So when Boakye Jackson stepped down, they now became 4.
That's
So
right.
going by what
they were
William
five.
is saying.
No, if Boakye Jaku steps down, 5.
Oh, Adainimo.
Adainimo was there.
Adainimo,
So
okay,
5.
all right, that means
So
5,
now,
because they
yes,
were tied,
Exactly.
correct.
So if Adainimo is in and Alan is in, then we have the 5.
Well, actually, now,
But now-
we probably even have less than 4 because we're told that others, there are memories of others also stepping stepping down. So we might even just have 2.
What I'm asking is, if all of them step down and there's only one person, would they go ahead and declare him? Because sometimes people want to interpret the constitution per the letter.
That's right.
Some want to interpret the constitution per the spirit. Some want to interpret the constitution per the spirit and letter.
That's
Some
right.
too will look at the environment and the atmosphere and oh yeah, that's what
And
that
all of those things are relevant.
Yes.
You look at the costing,
Yes.
and that was something that was quite prominent when they
Exactly.
were examining the numbers. They don't have the money, they
Yes.
don't want to waste people's time,
Exactly. And
energy,
then,
emotions.
So the National Council went in and made all these determinations. So if you are going to go by the letter of the Constitution and they are going to go down to Puku and Gati, then they also say that, oh, we don't like. Then the last person is Apreku. Apreku Tuku had 0. So
So I think the right thing of the thing is where there is more than 5, that's when the election will be held.
we have. So if it's
Yes,
less than
so
5,
if it's less than 5,
exactly.
then-
Oh,
So
fear not,
all
fear
these
not.
things will
We
be
have graduates and grad ones, okay? We are well equipped. We'll be...
But it's not looking good for the MPP.
It's not looking good, and we'll be tackling all of these issues and more as we dissect what it means for the NPP now that Alan Tremanting has pulled out of the race. What does it mean for the other actors? There are murmurings of others wanting to pull out. Are those true? We'll go on a very quick break, and of course, Johnny will be biting this morning. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the best breakfast show in all of the land. This is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
What does winning mean to you? For Yao, it's seeing the joy in his mother's